Hello viewers, today we are going to deal with the topic workplace environment. The objective is to familiarize the students with the effects of workplace environment on health and safety. Let's start with understanding the concept of workplace environment. Health, safety and welfare are the basic requirements at work, which can be further divided into four broad categories: the working environment, welfare facilities, workplace safety and housekeeping. The provision of adequate welfare arrangements is important both in terms of complying with the law and keeping the workforce happy. People tend to perform better and be happier at their work if they are going in a safe and healthy environment. The workplace is the physical location where someone works. Such a place can range from a home, office to a large office building or factory. For industrialized societies, the workplace is one of the most important social spaces other than home, constituting a central concept for several entities: the worker and his or her family, the employing organization, the customers of the organization and the society as a whole. The development of new communication technologies have led to the development of a virtual workplace, a workplace that is not located in any one physical space. Every workplace has hazards. In order to manage workplace health, safety and help prevent accidents and sickness absence, it is important to identify, monitor and reduce the risk associated with workplace hazards. We do see extensive research concerning the effect of an unfavorable workplace environment on employee productivity has been undertaken worldwide. The majority of the research found that there were several elements known to contribute both positively and negatively to productivity. Some researchers discovered that these elements affected welfare of the workers, causing such conditions as eye strain, fatigue, headache, back pain and nausea. It is important to solve these problems and improve productivity. Next we are going to deal is the important factors leading to a healthy workplace environment. The three important factors leading to a healthy workplace environment are healthy lifestyle practices, good workplace culture and environment, and the physical environment and safety. In this lesson, we shall be dealing with the physical environment and safety. The first factor is health and lifestyle practices. This element assesses how well an organization helps employees to develop and maintain healthy lifestyle practices, drop unhealthy habits, and make an optimal use of healthcare system. The next factor is workplace culture and a supportive environment. A supportive workplace culture is the bedrock of a healthy workplace. It supports and enables the other two elements. Culture is created, reinforced and sustained by ongoing patterns of relationship and communications that are known to have an important influence on mental and physical health. We will find an organization values reflected in its culture. Such values are respect, diversity, quality and teamwork. The third aspect is the physical factor. This element influences fatalities and workplace disabilities and needs constant attention as organizations introduce new technologies, make production changes, demand more or less and try to contain cost. The next we are going to cover is the physical factors influencing to a healthy workplace. The physical aspects of a workplace environment can have a direct impact on the productivity, health and safety, comfort, concentration, job satisfaction, and morale of the people within it. Important factors in the work environment that should be considered include building design and age, workplace layout, workstation setup, heat and cold, noise, illumination, vibration, air quality or atmospheric pollution, etc. Among the physical factors, we have the thermal environment. We are going to discuss about the thermal environment or heat and cold. The thermal environment we live and work in has been a subject of interest to people for centuries. Thermal comfort is very difficult to define. This is because you need to take in account a range of environmental and personal factors when deciding on the temperatures and the ventilation that will make your employees feel comfortable. The best that we can realistically hope is to achieve a thermal environment which satisfies the majority of people in the workplace, or if we put it simply, reasonable comfort. This includes the following. The first one is air temperature. This is the temperature of the air surrounding the body. It is usually given in degrees Celsius. The second is radiant temperature. Thermal radiation is the heat that radiates from a warm object. Radiant heat may be present if there are heat sources in an environment. Radiant temperature has a greater influence than air temperature on how we lose or gain heat to the environment. The third is air velocity. This describes the speed of air moving across the employee and may help cool them if the air is cooler than the environment. Humidity. If the water is heated and it evaporates to the surrounding environment, the resulting amount of the water in the air will provide humidity. Relative humidity is the ratio between the actual amount of water vapor in the air and the maximum amount of water vapor that the air can hold at that air temperature. High humidity environments have a lot of vapor in the air, which prevents the evaporation of sweat from the skin. In hot environments, humidity is important because less sweat evaporates when humidity is high, that is 80% plus. Next, we are coming to discuss about the personal factors. In personal factors, we have clothing insulation. Thermal comfort is very much dependent on the insulating effect of clothing on the wearer. Wearing too much clothing or PPE may be a primary cause of heat stress even if the environment is not considered warm or hot. If clothing does not provide enough insulation, the wearer may be at risk from cold injuries such as frostbite or hypothermia in cold condition. The next factor associated with physical is work rate or metabolic heat. The more physical work we do, the more heat we produce. The more heat we produce, the more heat needs to be lost. So, we do not need to overheat. The impact of metabolic rate on thermal comfort is critical. A person's physical characteristic should always be borne in mind when considering their thermal comfort, as factors such as their size, weight, age, fitness level and sex can all have an impact on how they feel, even if the other factors such as air temperature, humidity and air velocity are all constant. High temperature levels. High temperature levels lead to lethargy and tiredness as a result of increased body temperature, leading to possible efficiency decreases. Whereas low temperature levels decrease in efficiency due to cooler body heat and shivering. High humidity in itself may not be a direct problem, but it does increase our susceptibility to high temperature levels as evaporation of body sweat is impeded. Low humidity levels also have a debilitating effect on our ability to breathe and swallow without discomfort, as our mouths and noses can become dry due to the increased level of evaporation in the surrounding environment. The next physical factor is noise and illumination. Noise. Noise is an element of the work environment which has an important role in affecting employee productivity. Too much of noise, such as sound from equipment, tools and people's conversation, may prevent workers concentrating on their jobs, consequently decreasing their productivity. However, people cannot achieve good performance in a silent environment because at some level sound may generate a healthy background and can also assist employees accomplish their work. In general, noise can influence employees while doing their work, and the impact can be both positive and negative. If there is a soft background sound which is coming from instrumental music and there is an employee who has to tackle claims from some impatient customers, the background sound in turn will assist him or her to become more relaxed in solving the customer's problem. In contrast, if the sound background is quite hard, which may develop from the telephone ringing and loud conversation among people in the same room, this situation can hamper both the employee and the customers. There are several methods for controlling the noise in the office: proper contraction, sound absorbing materials, sound absorbing devices, and masking. The next factor is illumination or lighting. Working in dim or overbright work environments can result in eye strain, headache, irritability, and inevitably reduced productivity. Light sources including the sun can create unwanted reflections, glare, and shadows in the workplace that can cause discomfort and distraction and can interfere with the performance of visual tasks. Low levels of lighting can cause depression, which for some people may be severe. There are two kinds of light that are available to office. The first one is the natural light and the second one is the artificial light. Natural light is a free resource that enters the office through window or skylight, whereas artificial light is a kind of light which is produced and designed by mankind. A poor lighting system may reduce performance as well as productivity. More lights for some workers may be helpful in overcoming their task. However, for rest of them, especially those who have to work in front of computers, excessive light may cause difficulties viewing the characters on the screen. In addition, those employees who work in a better quality of lighting are likely to create faster work with few errors compared to those who work in a poor lighting. The next factor under physical is vibration. Whole body vibration, example from riding a mower, can affect comfort and performance even at low levels and cause damage to the spine, stomach pain and gastrointestinal complaints. Hand-arm vibration such as from hand tools can have a negative effect on muscles and the skeleton and can contribute to carpal tunnel syndrome, low back pain and vibration white finger. The next factor is air quality or atmospheric pollution. The last element of the work environment which has impact on employee productivity is air quality and atmospheric pollution. Poor air quality can raise a negative impact on employee health, in the form of respiratory problems, headaches and fatigue, which in the long periods will reduce productivity. The air quality contains 4 factors that are temperature, humidity, ventilation and cleanliness. A comfortable work environment is a building or room in which workers can generate their work properly, as it clean with proper range of temperature, enough ventilation and an adequate humidity. Too little humidity level may cause magnetic tapes and discs to stick during processing operation, whereas too much humidity on the other hand produces condensation on the electronic parts of the equipment and causes short circuiting. Ventilation is important for the control of dust, fumes, gases, aerosols, climate and thermal comfort factors. Exposure to different types of dust can result in fibrosis of the lung, allergic reactions and asthma attacks. Various vapors, gases and aerosols have the ability to cause respiratory and skin damage. The air needs to be circulated, otherwise it can increase the temperature and which in turn may cause discomfort. Air circulation is also essential as it can avoid people inhaling inadequate air. Electric fans to make sure that air is circulated well. Next is radiation. Exposure to ultraviolet radiation from the sun can induce potentially lethal skin cancers. Exposure to direct sun, particularly between the hours of 11 and 2, can result in sunburn, headaches and fatigue. Different people have varying degree of sensitivity to the sun. Example, fair freckled skin often burns more quickly than olive skin. Precautions for avoiding sun exposure should be followed diligently by everybody. Need for healthy environment. It is widely known that being in work is good for people's health and well-being, but it's increasingly being recognized that a healthy workforce is beneficial to employees too. By creating a positive, safe and healthy environment for employees, one can increase morale, improve your employees' work-life balance and in turn positively impact your business. So, proper attention to work health and safety has extensive benefits. The benefits are: healthy workers are productive and raise healthy families. Thus, healthy workers are a key strategy, that is, goal for overcoming poverty. Workplace health risks are higher in the informal sector and small industry, which are key areas of action on poverty alleviation, where people can work their way out of poverty. Safe workplace contribute to sustainable development, which is a key to poverty reduction. The next benefit is the process of protecting workers, surrounding communities and the environment for future generations have important common elements such as pollution control and exposure reduction. We do see that much pollution and many environmental exposures that are hazardous to health arise from industrial process that may be influenced by occupational health and safety programs. At the same time, occupational safety and health can also contribute to improving the employability of workers through workplace redesign, maintenance of a healthy and safe work environment, training and retraining, assessment of work demands, medical diagnosis, health screening and assessment of functional capacities. Occupational health is fundamental to public health, for it is increasingly clear that major diseases, example AIDS, heart disease, need workplace programs as a part of disease control strategy. Now we have a question. How can a healthy workforce help prevent absence? The answer to this is, the obvious benefit of having a healthy workforce is that healthy employees are absent less often. Healthy workers are more motivated to stay in work. They recover from sickness quicker and are at less risk of long-term illness. In addition to it, organizations stand to make substantial cost savings by promoting health in the workplace and reducing sickness absence. How can a healthy workforce improve business performance? By simply promoting good health among workers and creating a positive environment for work. We could reduce employee turnover and recruitment cost. There are a number of other significant benefits of a healthy workforce. By encouraging and promoting a healthy workforce, we can improve productivity, business performance, staff morale, and employee engagement. One can also be able to reduce accident and work-related ill health, sick pay cost, insurance cost, pressure on employees covering for those who are absent. At the same time, a healthy workforce can demonstrate corporate responsibility. Our customers not only expect us to have high standards of health, safety and well-being, but also be socially responsible, and the business can have a more positive public image. So let's conclude this topic, the workplace environment, by saying employees are very important assets that the organization has. A good organization is the one that can nurture its employees. One technique is to nurture the employee by paying attention to the office environment. Many employees spend most of the time on generating activities in the organization. Thus, the organization environment plays a very important role. If the organization would like to maintain better productivity, there are 4 factors of the office environment under which it has an impact on employee productivity. These are lighting, noise, color and air quality. All of these factors cannot be treated separately as they connect with each other. For instance, even though the lighting system of the office is desirable as it meets employee needs, the noise in the office still has to maintain to ensure that employees can work in a favorable working environment. An adequate lighting system, noise, color as well as air quality can impact employees both physically and psychologically. And some health problems that may occur are headaches. As a result of poor lighting system and undesirable noise, respiratory problems as a consequences of poor air quality, fatigue as a result of inappropriate of selecting color, and so forth. In the long term, these problems will impact the financial well-being of the organization. In addition to it, in order to maintain employee productivity, administrative office managers are recommended to organize the office environment based on an ergonomically sound office, in which all of the office environment's aspects can be appropriate for employee. Once again, we would like to conclude by saying that a healthy workplace is very important for an employee in the organization. The other aspects such as noise and vibration, illumination, atmospheric pollution, heat and cold will be discussed in the future lessons. Thank you viewers and have a nice day.